Brandi Glanville turned into a work of art after night out with pop artist Sham Ibrahim. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Brandi Glanville has been making headlines lately. This time it's because she's been turned into a work of art. On Friday night, Brandi was spotted having a blast on stage after popping up for some drag queen bingo at the Hood Bar and Pizza in Palm Desert, California, with pals Adrian Schwartz and Erica Rose. Brandi clearly had a blast on stage. Despite the well-documented issues she's been having with her face, she looked happy and healthy as she shimmied on stage. Sham jokingly referred to Brandi as Jennifer during the encounter to hide her identity and protect her privacy before gifting her a large portrait of Marilyn Monroe. The fake name didn't fool fans though, and Brandi graciously signed autographs and took photos. Now Sham is taking things a step further in paying tribute to her supermodel friend by immortalizing her with her own work of art. Sham Ibrahim gifts Brandi Glanville her own pop art portrait. Like many other celebrities and even some very lucky non-celebrities, Brandi Glanville has been immortalized by the very talented pop artist Sham Ibrahim. In her latest work, Brandi can be seen looking forward with a gleam in her eye and a perfect complexion. Sporting a perfectly coiffed blonde mane and pouty pink lips, the portrait undoubtedly has Brandi looking better than ever. While Sham became known in Hollywood for her generous gifting of pop art portraits, she's also been featured on several popular shows, including the last season of Catfish and appearances on Face the Truth with Vivica A. Fox and Judge Steve Harvey. Sham dishes on hanging out with Brandi. It's no secret that Brandi has been dealing with some issues regarding her appearance lately, but she looks gorgeous in videos and photos provided to monsters and critics. Even Sham confirmed that Brandi was not just having a good time but also looked amazing. Sham told monsters and critics exclusively, Brandi seemed very happy and was very excited to be out and about having a good time. Because I had read so much in the news about her facial parasite, I was expecting her to look different. But to be honest, she looked great. She continued, she looked like the Brandi I knew from television. She was gorgeous and her body was incredible, like that of a 20-year-old. To me, she looked like Kate Moss, so I told her she was a supermodel. As for Brandi's demeanor during her night out, she's getting an A+. Sham revealed, I only really saw her drink one drink, and I don't think it was an alcoholic drink. While I was on stage, I kept referring to her as Jennifer to protect her anonymity, but the audience recognized her anyway, and everybody wanted selfies. She was kind and gracious to everyone who approached her and took tons of selfies. Brandi Glanville had always been known for making bold statements, whether on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or through her unfiltered social media presence. But nothing compared to the night she spent with pop artist Sham Ibrahim. A night that would not only become the stuff of Hollywood legend, but would also transform her in ways she never expected. It all started as a casual evening out in West Hollywood. Brandi, never one to turn down a good time, had agreed to meet Sham at an underground art gallery he had recently been obsessing over. The gallery, tucked away behind a neon-lit alley, was a spectacle in itself. Walls splattered with surreal, vibrant colors, oversized portraits of pop culture icons distorted in ways that were both unsettling and mesmerizing. It was exactly the kind of place where Sham thrived and Brandi, always up for something unconventional, felt right at home. Dressed in a sequined mini dress and sky-high heels, Brandi sauntered through the space, admiring the artwork while sipping on a cocktail that glowed an almost unnatural shade of blue. Sham, in his signature oversized sunglasses and a metallic bomber jacket, buzzed with excitement. Brandi, darling, he exclaimed, gesturing wildly at a painting of Marilyn Monroe with electric green lips, you need to be immortalized like this. You are a walking piece of pop art. Brandi laughed, tossing her hair over her shoulder. Oh please, I barely made it here without tripping on my own feet. I'm more of a walking disaster than a masterpiece. Sham grinned, a mischievous sparkle in his eye. That, my dear, is exactly why you're perfect. You're raw, unpredictable, and iconic. You don't just belong in a painting, you should be the painting. Before Brandi could fully comprehend what Sham had in mind, he was already dragging her toward the back of the gallery, where an exclusive, invitation-only art performance was about to take place. Patrons whispered excitedly as they gathered around a blank, human-sized canvas. Brandi raised an eyebrow. "What is this? Some avant-garde body painting thing?" Sham's grin widened. "Oh, it's so much more than that." Within minutes, Brandi found herself wrapped in a luxurious silk robe as Sham and his team prepped their materials. Neon paints, glitter, and bold acrylics were arranged meticulously, and in the center of it all stood a custom-built frame. The plan? To turn Brandi Glanville into a living, breathing work of art. The process was nothing short of exhilarating. Sham worked with the precision of a mad scientist, splashing color onto Brandi's skin in deliberate strokes while she stood inside the frame, letting the masterpiece unfold around her. Electric pinks, blues, and yellows coated her arms and legs, while her face was transformed into an abstract fusion of color and contour. Sham added accents of silver foil, making her shimmer under the gallery's soft lighting. As the transformation took place, the crowd gasped in delight. Brandi, ever the performer, leaned into it, striking poses that made her look like a cross between a high-fashion mannequin and a futuristic goddess. It was intoxicating. The lights, the applause, the feeling of being not just seen but celebrated in an entirely new way. Then, in true Sham Ibrahim fashion, the piece de resistance, a final, dramatic touch of pop art magic. He took a can of glossy resin spray and sealed the paint onto Brandi's skin, setting the colors in place. With a flourish, he announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Glanville, unfiltered, the world's first walking, talking, wine-drinking masterpiece." The crowd erupted into cheers. Cameras flashed. Social media went wild. Brandi, still basking in the moment, smirked. "If I'm gonna be a piece of art, I better be a damn good one." And she was. The night didn't end there, of course. A local art collector offered Sham an undisclosed sum to create a limited edition print based on Brandi's painted form. Within hours, hashtags like #BrandyPopArt and #GlanvillianFiltered were trending on Twitter. The next day, Brandi woke up to messages from designers wanting to collaborate, brands offering endorsement deals, and even a call from an art museum interested in showcasing her transformation as a performance piece. Brandi Glanville had always been a star, but that night she became a legend in an entirely new way, one brushstroke at a time. Then, in true Sham Ibrahim fashion, the piece de resistance, a final, dramatic touch of pop art magic. He took a can of glossy resin spray and sealed the paint onto Brandi's skin, setting the colors in place. With a flourish, he announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Glanville, unfiltered, the world's first walking, talking, wine-drinking masterpiece." The crowd erupted into cheers. Cameras flashed. Social media went wild. Brandi, still basking in the moment, smirked. "If I'm gonna be a piece of art, I better be a damn good one." And she was. The night didn't end there, of course. A local art collector offered Sham an undisclosed sum to create a limited edition print based on Brandi's painted form. Within hours, hashtags like #BrandyPopArt and #GlanvillianFiltered were trending on Twitter. The next day, Brandi woke up to messages from designers wanting to collaborate, brands offering endorsement deals, and even a call from an art museum interested in showcasing her transformation as a performance piece. Brandi Glanville had always been a star, but that night, she became a legend in an entirely new way, one brushstroke at a time.